we got our hands on two of the most popular board games out there right now,
as well as these other great games.
So obviously we're gonna tell you everything you need to know about these board games, how they play, and what we play about them.
As well as we're gonna rank them in 3 different categories. The first game I played this month was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Unmatched Adventures. I've played Unmatched before, but is this better than the ordinary one? The biggest difference is that Unmatched Adventures is a co-op game. You will select one of the turtles to fight the big baddie, Shredder in this case. On your turn, you will move around the board, play action cards to defeat the bad guy. However, when you take your turn is dictated by the initiative deck. Look, it's my turn. The thing is that it's also one of the worst things about this game, because sometimes you'll be waiting forever to take your turn. When it actually will come around, you might not have a great turn, and then again you'll have to wait for a very long time.
And with not a good turn, you mean you will skip a turn?
No, you don't skip a turn. You attack and miss, and then you attack and you miss. You did get to miss twice.
Now Jans will have the tall task of ranking the board game in my collection if he thinks it's worthy of his shelf space, friend's collection if he would like to play it from time to time, and other collection means, you know, we'd rather play something else. And I have a clue where he's gonna place that game.
Despite all that, I really love this set because I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you can also add it to other Unmatched sets and have a team up of Geralt and Donatello. So where do I put it? I obviously love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't really like Unmatched. But is this one really good? It is. I loved it. I can't wait to play it more. And now I'm thinking about those other sets. Maybe I should get some to have those amazing team-ups.
Giannis's game is great, so let's hope I'm not gonna be horrified by my next pick. This game is set in the D&D world, so you're gonna play the characters like the bard, the wizard, or the cleric. And your task is to kill all the bad guys before they kill you.
Whee!
Each character has actions, and you can use these actions to move around, pick up items, and use those items to punch the monsters in the face. So how is this game any different from any other game in the series? Well, all the characters and monsters will use the die for different actions and effects. This has the same cooperation that we've grown to love in Horrified series. It's great, plus D20 feels amazing. Oh, I teleported. But there are only 4 monsters in the box, and I feel like I've played the game enough. I'm done with it after just few plays.
But you can mix it with the Greek monsters.
Can you?
Yeah, you can. Saved. My next game is a modern classic, Through the Ages. Oh, no, sorry, it's Through the Desert. Didn't we do Through the Ages? Wasn't it?
No, this is a different one.
Through the Desert. In Through the Desert, you are a caravan leader trying to collect the most victory points while going through the desert. To get those valuable victory points, you will place 2 camels. And then place 2 more. And keep doing this each turn until the game ends. When placing camels, you're trying to cut off these huge chunks of desert. See, this is my desert now, and I will score points for this. Good job, Mr. Camel. Good job. It's a small packaging with simple rules.
It's pretty.
It is very pretty. And it's very simple. Place 2 camels. How hard can that be? Through the Ages is a simple yet strategic little game that plays in a fairly quick amount of time, which I will always say yes to. I just don't need to own it. But if you own it, I will play it.
Can you pass me the deckers?
Sure!
My next board game is gonna be a tough cooperative board game called Deckers. In this board game, you're gonna play one of the hackers who has to fulfill the 3 goals. AI has taken over the world, and you will try to stop him by hacking into the system. The gameplay evolves around cards. Play a card and then, for example, move or do other actions like attack or whatever the green thingy lets you do. This has one of the most interesting deck builders I've seen. You play out cards to get new cards, and you can immediately play out this card, which is super cool. And you can do this multiple times, which makes you feel like you're progressing right away. It's really satisfying. This stands out because it's a very tough cooperative board game with tons of choices, and you most likely will lose a few times before figuring it out. One of the bad things might be that it's a really crunchy puzzle, but there's a lot of luck involved, which might throw a wrench in your plans. With that said, I really like it.
And my next game is going to be Puerto Rico Special Edition. Why is it special? Because it's mine. But seriously, this special edition is special because they refreshed the looks of this 15-year-old game. It looks pretty. You are a farmer who is planting all kinds of goods. To produce those goods, you will need buildings. And when you produce those goods through buildings, you place them there. Place them there. Come on. You do all of these actions by selecting a role. You will do this action, everybody will do this action, but you get a little bonus from this action. These actions will aid you build buildings that will give you victory points, and special actions just give you a ton of victory points and produce goods that you ship on these ships and get victory points. That doesn't give you victory points. This is actually the third time I've gotten this game. When it came out, I got the first edition, then I got the anniversary edition, now I have the special edition. Needless to say, I love this game, and this is the best edition so far. Even better than Castles Burgundy special edition, because everything fits in this box nicely. So it goes here. Also, you know what helps? It's my wife's favorite game.
You could also help me by tossing me the next game I should talk about, which is gonna be
the Firefighters! Wagga!
Wappa! Which is a cooperative real-time game. All players will play firefighters who need to answer distress calls as well as extinguish fires. Not real fires. And the issue is that you only have 2 minutes to get it done, to go to places where there is fire, roll a bunch of dice, extinguish that fire, then get some help, get out of the way, then get some help, save people, and do other things. And as real firefighters, you're doing all of this only for one reason: honor points. And you lose the game if people die, if there's too much fire. No, okay, that's enough. If there's too much fire, or you lose all the honor points. One of the bad things is that Janis keeps pouring water on it, but also it's very complex. There's a bunch of moving parts, literally, and in those 2 minutes, it feels like actual work. You might enjoy it, that might be a good challenge for you, but it's very, very complex. This does very well what it sets out to do, which is this firefighter simulator. Yet, as a board game, as a personal rating, I'm not sure I'm gonna play it.
My next game is a war game, because no list is complete without a good war game, right? What if you take a trick-taking game, a war game, and a historic theme about English Civil War? I'll tell you what happens. You get this game. In this English Civil War game, one player plays King Charles and the Royalists, and the other player is the Parliament. To win the game, you have to win the war on at least 2 fronts. And this is where the trick-taking comes in. For example, it's my turn and I decide to fight on the spades front. So now we played spade cards, we flip them open, who has the highest wins I win the battle! I thought you were gonna win. I win the battle! However, each player has leaders that will bend the rules of trick-taking.
How will they do that?
Let me tell you. For example, we know he has really bad spade cards, so he could use this leader to lead with any suit. I don't wanna. And now I lose the battle. This is one of the most unique war games I've played in a long while. It has trick-taking, it has historic flavor, and it's just a great mix. And it's a quick one. Even if you don't like war games, I suggest trying this out. I loved it, I played it back-to-back twice, and I still haven't figured out how to win it. So I'm going back again.
And before we get to the most popular and talked about board game out there, let's talk about a little expansion to an amazing board game. In Primal The Awakening, you actually play some characters that are monster hunters trying to defeat these creatures. And you do that by playing out cards in a sequence, trying to combo them. And the most unique thing about this board game is that the bad guy doesn't have his turns. He actually reacts whenever you play a card. See, it's red, now he kills. This game is freaking fantastic, but you already know that. It's been out for a while, but now some new stuff has come. First of all, there are these clay mats that make the game more colorful, plus add an extra rule to the game, which sometimes is great, sometimes sucks. And the other thing is that there are 2 new characters right here, and these are bloody fantastic. There's also some nightmare scenarios which makes the monsters more tougher and so on, but I really don't need that. I really like the characters, the playmats are okay, I think they make the game look better, and in general, I'll go with the halfway. Characters are here, rest of the expansions here or maybe even there. I don't need that stuff. but the game is bloody fantastic.
And the last game for me is Tea Witches. In Tea Witches, you're running your little tea shop, making tea for customers. All kinds of customer, famous customer, ordinary customer, regular customer, and they all want tea, repeatedly. First of all, the customers will arrive, and they each have their own wishes what kind of teas they want. But at some point you'll want to stop, because if you have too many customers, you will not be able to satisfy them, and if you get two of the same, you'll have to discard them. Just stop it! Enough! Each of your customers will have certain requirements for their tea. That's why you will send out your trusty teapots to get those ingredients for the tea so you can make it. One of the best things about this game is how many different options you have in your turn. You can send out teapots, do actions, get special customers, upgrade your tea booth, get all kinds of ingredients. One of the bad things might be there's not a ton of interaction, and I think I'd never play this with 4 people because there's quite a bit of downtime. Other than that, I really loved it. It's a great looking game with tons of options, and it is on top of my friends list, like you said. I would always play it. Would you play it now?
Yeah, definitely.
No, you wouldn't, because you have to talk about this game that everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, let's talk about it. The old king is dead, and you will play one of the factions trying to take the power. And you can achieve that by controlling territories where you will play out cards with certain power. But the tricky part is whenever you place down a card, you never know what other players have been placing, because it's face down. And then in the same time you turn them over and compare the power. But that's not all. Some of these cards will have deadly effects that kill all other cards no matter the power. But some have defense specifically for this power. So it's kind of rock, paper, scissors with cards and territories and fighting. On top of that, you will have your asymmetric faction, which has different powers and strengths and craziness all over. That's not enough? Well, you have a bidding phase where you bid for powers, but if you outbid opponents, you can also not only get new powers, you can steal powers. That's not enough! There are cards that you can buy and then upgrade your rock, paper, scissors to rock, paper, scissors, well, chainsaw? It's all here, trust me. So there's all sorts of craziness that creates these tough decisions of which card, when to play, when to boost it, and all of it also comes down to an absolute randomness. At least it feels sometimes like it. It's a really interesting combo. And most important question. What is the most important question, Jan?
Did you like it? Was it fun?
I would definitely love to play it again, which means...
I guess you liked it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that makes a really difficult question even more difficult. Which of these games is the game of the month?
Let me start off with saying that this game came out many moons ago, so I don't think it's valid. I mean, it's a great addition, but it's not a new game, so...
I'll continue with taking this off the table because it's better solo, it's tough, it's really good.
Off the table? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the deck.
Okay, I'll take this off. Because I loved it, but I think it's very niche. Not just because it's a war game, historical war game about Civil War, who nobody knows about. Trick-taking, yeah. But it's still very niche.
All right, so we have these two candidates, which I've played both of.
I haven't played that one.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about this one. He doesn't like it.
I haven't said it, I don't like it. I just didn't like the advanced version.
So what would you play?
So congratulations.
This or that next?
To Old King's Crown as being the best game of the month for us. You're gonna play it.
We're playing it this week, can't wait, and I'm gonna say that this is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. If the gameplay is half as good as it looks, I'm gonna love it.
It is, half definitely. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to check out our last month's video, because there we had great games as well.
And also, you know what else is great? People who support this channel, and you might become one of those people if you just throw a little bit our way so we can keep doing this.
Yeah, that's the important part, helping us do this, whatever this is.